All right, we got some sports drama brewing here, and it's kind of on a national level. LSU superstar Angel Reese hits back at First Lady Jill Biden after some controversial comments were made following the epic women's national championship game between LSU and Iowa that saw the Tigers cutting down the nets in Dallas. Really hot water, and honestly, I don't blame her. She did not pull any punches, and LSU is starting to wear the hat of the villain right now, and I am all about it. Let's see what Dr. Jill Biden had to say that really stirred up this controversy. So for those of you that don't know, following LSU's win in the national championship game, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this team, surrounding in particular superstar Angel Reese, with some motions, gestures made towards Caitlin Clark. There's been a lot of hoopla going on about this whole thing, but here's where Biden really stepped in it. So after this game, she said, "I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. So we hope LSU will come. But I'm going to tell Joe, obviously the president, I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game." She said at the state capitol in Denver. But man, that is such a terrible statement. When I first heard this statement, I was like, hell no, she did not just say this. This is so insane to say. This is like such a participation trophy culture. We all know you win a championship, the winner goes to the White House. I said before any of this stuff started taking place, when I first heard this comment, like, Iowa should just say, hell no, we're not going. We lost. It happens. You lost. You didn't get it done. You don't get the trip to the White House. And I think that seemed to be the sentiment for everyone in sports, maybe everyone in the country. Maybe this participation nonsense is coming to an end. So she really stepped in it with these comments here. And Angel really took offense to us. She really hit back hard on the First Lady. But before we get into what she said, if you could, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. New videos every single weekday. All right, so speaking on the I Am an Athlete podcast, Angel really dropped the hammer on the First Lady.
And that's why she wants to come out and apologize, but at the same time,
the damage is
I
done.
don't accept I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't accept the apology. Because of, you said what you
Jill
said.
Biden.
Yeah.
First lady.
The wife,
First lady.
yeah.
You said
First
what you
lady.
said and you meant what you said.
I said what I said, and you can't go back on certain things that you say. I mean, you felt like they should have came because of sportsmanship, right? They can have that spot. Like, we'll go to the Obamas. We'll see, I'm gonna see Michelle. I'm gonna see Barack.
Hold on. So did you guys speak to the First Lady?
No, apparently she was supposed to come to our locker room before the game, but we said no.
Before the game?
Yeah, she was supposed to come to our locker room and go to Iowa's locker room. I don't know if she talked to them. I don't know if she did, but we said we didn't want to. We didn't want her coming
Why?
to the locker room. We were to lose, we would not be getting invited to the White House. And I remember she made a comment about both teams should be invited because it was sportsmanship. And I'm like, are you saying that because of what I did and that stuff like that? It bothers me because you are a woman. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be standing behind us before anything.
So she did pull money punches here, and what seemed like it was a nice gesture from the First Lady, like, oh, we'll have both teams here, we'll celebrate the achievement of women in sports and all of that, and now nobody's coming. You're getting nobody, which is a damn shame. It was the most watched women's college basketball game ever, and those ladies at LSU worked their tails off to reach the mountaintop, to reach that peak, cut down the nets, and be the only team that earns that invite to the White House. So it's an absolute shame that they're not going to get that opportunity. But I stand with LSU in solidarity saying, nah, you didn't want us by ourselves. You're not getting us at all now. You can't walk those comments back. I didn't love Angel here necessarily hitting at like, oh, she was taking a jab at me about the sportsmanship on what took place at the end of the game. You have to support us. We're women. Nobody has to support anybody for anything, for any sort of reason. Everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. I just didn't love that comment there, but she's absolutely right. Say what you want about what took place at the end of that game. She's gotten a lot of unnecessary heat online. Now, was it the right thing to do? No, it was an absolute dick move, what she did at the end of that game. But the nonsense hate people are giving to her online is absolutely unfair. She's a kid. Kids do stupid stuff. It was not super. I don't think she was very malintented, like, I'm really going to do this. It was just a dumb thing to do. She should learn better, and I'm sure she learned from it. But maybe she hasn't. I did love that she doubled down on it. I would have apologized. She probably should have apologized, but when everyone's killing you online, don't apologize. You double down on that shit, and she absolutely did. And LSU and her are wearing the villain. Nice. Sports are better when we have villains. I love this from LSU. If everyone wants to hate LSU, let everybody hate LSU. It really brings the eyeballs to the game, and that's something we desperately need in the women's sporting world. But honestly, I think this stems from something else. There was some real personal vendetta, vengeance, hate here behind these eyes. And I think that's because President Joe Biden did not have LSU coming out of the Baton Rouge Regional. He had them losing in the second game of the tournament. And Angel and the Tigers took super offense to that. So I think that's where all this stems from. There was some real bad blood after that move. It motivated them, it drove them, and it got it done. So I really, really think that's where all this ended up. They already felt slighted by the White House and the First Family, and then the extra invitation to Iowa really poured gasoline on that fire, and it blew the whole thing up. So I actually support Angel. I support LSU in this, and I love the fact that they want to be the villains here. Let people hate you. Bring the eyeballs to women's sports. It was a fantastic national championship game. Give me another rematch against Iowa. I would love to see it. Let's not forget all the other teams out there. It's good for the sport. It's good for the game. It's good for women's athletics everywhere. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you all tomorrow.